Our next speaker here with us, Mr. Sathyanarayan, and we'll have the felicitation later. He's from VARNA Paints, Bengaluru. Well, he is a science graduate from Mysore University, and he has joined the decorative paint industry since the year 1979 and is entrusted with entire operation production till the year 1990. During 2008, VARNA Paints and Allied Products received the prestigious National Award for Quality from the Ministry of MSME, and they've also won many coveted awards like Kasya Award in 2017 and FKCCI Award in the year 2018. Well, he has been a very active member with ISPA from the year 1994, and as I say, he's the industry veteran himself. It is now time to hear it from the man himself, Mr. Sathyanarayan from VARNA Paints. Over to you, sir.
Are you hearing me? Yeah, thank you. Little fast करने के लिए बोला है मनीष जी ने, and also my presentation is the last one, so interest also कम होता है. That is also one of the this one. But anyhow, I will short some of the slides and go fast, little bit fast. Surface को coating आपको मालूम है, जो any metal surface में आप coating करता है वो surface coating ही होता है. Then see, my subject is actually a different subject. हाँ, epoxy resin free powder coating. वो तो epoxy मुक्त करो ना powder में, epoxy free होता है. So इसके लिए ज़्यादा बात करने का ज़रूरत भी नहीं है, because epoxy free is nothing but you remove epoxy and do powder coating without epoxy. What is the options? So before removing epoxy, you have to know what is the pros and cons of epoxy removing and a comparative study of epoxy with polyester and with other system like polyurethane, polyester में TJC cross linking, polyester में pyramid cross, that is HAA cross linking. These are the variations you can have and available in the market. So by doing that, you have to study the types of powders, properties or characteristics of powders and powder defects. Once you study all these things, then you decide yourself whether to remove epoxy or not. Why the question comes epoxy removal? Because last April, May or 21 and 22, the prices of epoxy is gone up to the level of 370 from 150. Now it comes down. That is the one of the subject. Actually, they have given this, that how to remove epoxy and what is the alternative to prepare to make powder coating. So most of the people are already on that period. They have done it. Now the epoxy prices are come down to around 220 level. It is there right now. So there is no guarantee that when the epoxy people are increasing. Our good friend Mr. Verma ji is here. You have to ask him when he is going to increase the price. So based on that, you remove the epoxy. That is my suggestion. Powder coating. See, basically we have to understand powder coating. Powder coating is a type of coating that is applied as a free flowing powder. It is actually free flowing powder when you use an electrostatic gun and apply on a surface where it is earthed. This is called powder coating. It has to be flow properly, and on a conductive surface you have to apply. Generally, powders are applied on metal surfaces. Yes, there are specialty resins are available now. That is last afternoon they have given a specialty that is for woods. That is MDF wood already there. That is 160-degree low bake temperature powder, and other powders are also they are developing from Malenex. You can contact him for those things. The main difference between the powder and solvent is in this solvent grade, we are using solvent to suspend the pigments and resin and additives together to suspend that. There should be no settling, there should be no separation. That is why you need a solvent there, and flow is because of solvent. Here actually there is no need of those things, but I will go further, we can check. These are the types of powder you can produce. One is pure epoxy. Epoxy is cross-linked with MB68, that is hardener, matte hardener, or you can cross-link with disaminide also. Then what is the plus point in? You can use epoxy resins, any of epoxy resin available in India. Then plus point is very good chemical resistance, corrosion resistance is excellent. But what is the actually the lowest? This one is poor in UV. You know, all know that our all type of epoxy, including liquid epoxy, you cannot use alone for exterior. You have to use as a primer coat, and then top coat will be something else. Then only the UV stability you will get. So that is why poor in UV resistance. When exposed to heat means when curing, even 5 degree, 10 degree temperature variation also, it changes towards little yellower side. That is the character of epoxy, and all other properties, surface hardness, mechanical properties, low curing temperature means 180 degree. These are moderate. Then you go with epoxy with polyester. These are the hybrid system. A flexibility is there in this. So you will have 70-30, 50-50, 60-40, 20-80 is also there. These are the flexibility, but epoxy is required here. As my previous Mr. Vermaji is giving a presentation, acid value ke saath, they will cross-link the hydrogen equivalent value of epoxy. So many grades are available because by using the epoxy acid value of the polyester, they will cross-link accordingly, and they will fix the percentage also 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 20-80. These are what is here good. Its a flow property is very good. It is moderate. Even for UV also to certain extent it will be moderate. Application property is very good. All other mechanical, low color mechanical properties moderate. Low color variation means in 180 degree no change will be there. Flexibility in formulation, very limited UV resistance. That's already told. Then ये तो नीचे का epoxy मुक्त होता है without epoxy. That is first is polyester TGAC based combination. That is 93.7. You can use generally using 93.7. You can slightly modified also. We can do modifications for this and change. The plus point in this is outdoor durability is excellent, and then mechanical property is excellent, and you have to bake at 200 degrees centigrade, limited chemical solvent resistance, but one more, this one is TGAC, is a toxic material. It is not for, of course, like our skin, brown skin people, it is for Europeans. Rather, they only introduce this, and this HAA type is popular in European countries, rather India. India is now also, TGAC is going very good. And yes, as for the study is concerned, it is little toxic to the skin. So we have to show that also. Then super durability polyester, already somebody told that because Mr. Shivannamalai given a better presentation in this, I put a small of the same one. See, it's 88-12 you can do, 12 to then 88-15 you can go. And even with the TGIC also, this hyper super durable, you can produce 5 to 10 year outdoor durability. These are the special properties of polyester. Then if you go to polyester, that is HA combination. This also he explained, this one hydroxylamide, RB examples given. It's his product only WH125 and 96.4, 95.5 you can use. The best property in this combination is non-toxic. So almost in Europe and American countries, PP is used this grade only. Then outdoor durability is moderate. You can use for outdoor, but for high performance, you have to select suitable resin for this. In this range, suitable resins you have to ask. Then all other properties moderate, and it is baking temperature is 180 degree like epoxy or epoxy hybrid system. Then color stability is okay, good, low temperature curing and better performance. Then comes polyurethane. Somebody give the presentation of a specialty product, in that it will come polyurethane, 70-30, 93-7, 88, any combination. They will depending upon the polyester, which one you are using and what is the hydroxyl value of that product. So based on that hydroxyl value, you have to cross-link with the suitable hardener, that is blocked isocyanate, is called blocked isocyanate. Those things you have to cross-link, and based on OH value and hydroxy value and with NCO component, you have to cross-link. So the percentage also they will fix. See, अपना गुरु कौन है? अपना supplier ही गुरु होता है. Because first we have to ask our suppliers कि क्या करने का है, कैसा करने का है, कितना percentage use करने का है, सभी है. So whether he is pigment manufacturer or resin manufacturer. इसलिए so गुरु होता है तो पहले हमारा सप्लायर्स है. सो अपने सप्लायर के साथ अच्छा हमारा रिश्ता हो गया तो डेफिनेटली यू विल गेट मोस्ट ऑफ द पॉइंट्स फ्रॉम आवर सप्लायर. बट उनके लिए जल्दी पैसा भेजने का वही प्रॉब्लम है पाउडर कोटिंग में, क्योंकि पाउडर कोटिंग में हमको आता है 120 डेज तक, हम किधर से देगा. सो इसलिए बाद में हमको प्रॉब्लम चालू होता है. सो दैट इज वाई सो आवर गुरु इज वही है सप्लायर्स, उनके साथ अच्छा रिश्ता रखो. सो नहीं हो गया तो पैसा देने के लिए अच्छा खाना खिलाओ. सो he will give you better performance. Then of course in this actually the special properties of this is outdoor durability is excellent. Polyurethane में mechanical properties are good, chemical properties excellent, flow and smoothness is very good, curing temperature 200 degree. But इसमें now the new generation resins which is thin coating, that is called 60 less than 60 microns, 40 to 60 micron. So वो भी next will come. I think Mr. Alex, Mr. Srivastava ji बताया है. So they are giving maybe short period they are introducing in the market also. So we will have one more range in those area. So curing is 200 degree temperature. Sublimation आपने देखा है सभी जाग पे रखा है स्टॉल में. Sublimation is nothing but same one. You ought to use the paper quality, good quality paper, that is sublimation paper. Either paper में होता है नहीं तो वो PE में होता है. So sublimation करने के लिए एक बार क्यूर करने का है, लो बेक में क्यूर करने का है. Then you wrap the paper, the sublimation paper, vacuumize it properly, then bake it full baking. Then you will get a proper sublimation. उसको भी गुरु वही होता है, वो शीट देता है ना, उन पर बेसिक मटेरियल उनसे पूछो ना, वो सभी मिलता है. अभी हमारा इधर many of our specialty raw material suppliers are already there and they will give you all informations. Only thing we have to sit and discuss with them what you want. They have to understand what you need. Then only they can be able to give all these things. So I will shortcut some of the things. Don't mistake me. In these properties, basically it is a VOC free product because powder में solvent ही नहीं है ना. So that is why it is popular, because today solvent based paints are costlier than powder coating. So then second thing is we are not discharging anything to the atmosphere. ये environmental friendly है. So इसलिए popular है. Now future generation is more of using powders only. So VOC free है, single coat, one coat finish है, around 70 to 120 micron, different pattern with different types. You can get lot of combination in this range, and only thing conventionally either 120 micron तक you can go, but above 120 micron apply करेगा तो थोड़ा problem भी आता है because the impact fail होता है, something goes wrong like this. This less hazardous waste generated on application. हमारा liquid में क्या होता है? Actually the deposition on metal surface is 40%. Solid deposition on metal is 40%. Whereas in this you will apply 95% तक, because जो reprocess होता है वो गिरता है ना वो booth में, that you have to collect and properly clean and collect it and sieve it, asking the powder manufacturer what sieve you have to use. And once you sieve it properly, then you reuse in the same color and you don't have any problem. Up to 95% you can use the powder for application purpose. Then less hazardous application system is little costly. See, pre-treatment is common for liquid and powder. You required both there also. You required here oven is required. There most of the case oven is not required. But if you use thermosetting type of paint there, then you required same there also you required the oven. But apart from that, you required gun. हमारा liquid में क्या है? रोड साइड में 500 रुपीस गन में भी पैचअप करता है, ये थिंकरिंग वर्क करता है. बट वो ऐसा नहीं होता है. इधर एक्चुअली यू रिक्वायर्ड ए गुड क्वालिटी गन लाइक गैमा गन और मित्सुबिशी गन. दीज गन्स आर कॉस्टली, around 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakh rupees only for that equipment will cost. So that is an extra cost, extra burden for the coaters. Wide range of color patterns available, wide range of colors. Thousands of color you can create, you can make. So in our company, we are making more than 700, 800 colors. And patterns, कितना patterns, बहुत pattern है इसमें, structure है, texture है, glossy, satin, matin, then antique finish, दिल्ली side में leather finish मिलता है, crocodile finish मिलता है, जो भी मांगता है वो दिल्ली side में मिलता है वो भी. So they are more advanced than south people. So it is more advanced this type. 1 minute. Thin, only difficult is thin film application. Powder coating may you cannot go less than 60 micron, 70 micron, less than 70 micron. Otherwise, you will have bittiness, you will have craters, or the waviness will be more. So it is difficult at present. Maybe very shortly, you will get the suitable resins for thin coating also. Characteristics. Okay, these are electrostatic spray gun you have to use. O1 must required, and up to 180 degree for hybrid system, and 220 up to 220 degree for pure polyester system. Very good quality air gun, air compressor is required, moisture filtering is required, drying system is required. Thinner is not required. Difficult to overcoat. इधर क्या है problem? कुछ liquid जैसा खराब हो गया तो painting you can remove. But here once you bake and finish, it is very hard finish. Very difficult to overcoat. You how to overcoat? Then yes, sometime it will happen. You have to bake it. warm condition में बाहर निकलने का है और again you give a coat and bake. That is the only solution. Before that you have to make a hand rub with emery paper, then bake it. warm up condition में apply करोगे तो कर सकता है. But stripping is very difficult and very costly stripping. So it is not possible. So epoxy का special character क्या है? ये तो if you properly treatment made and if you apply 90 to 100 micron thickness, you will get 1000 hour salt spray it will pass. And if you come to the both epoxy and epoxy hybrid system, epoxy polyester, if you come to pure polyester, pure polyurethane, these type, you will get up to 700 to 750 hours of salt spray, but you will get 400 to 600 hours of UV test it will pass. It will be proven one. Then fluid immersion test, water, diesel, engine oil, 7 days it will pass. All system will pass. Then solvent trap test, 100 cycle it will pass. But you have to ask resin manufacturer, but solvent traps की कितना चाहिए आपको? 100 cycle चाहिए, 50 cycle, all polyester will not pass. So you have to specify those things and get those type of resins. Acid resistance, generally it will pass epoxy and epoxy hydric system around 20%. Then defects क्या आता है? Generally in powder coating, powder will concentrate on the edge due to electrostatic line of force, will tend to concentrate on edges and not penetrating inside the corners, because in the doors and other things, bottom will there is a crevices in the bottom. So it will not go, it's called a Faraday cage effect. That is one of the type of defect. How to resolve it? To reduce the voltage, electric field weakens, and increasing the little air pressure you have to increase and the powder will break the electric field and enter the corners or recesses. So then you can pass. These are the, here it will not enter the end of the that crevices, but here it will end. So these are the one picture for this. Oh, show you. Why? Powder particles. अभी last slide में पंकज जी ने दिखाया है. So generally we cannot produce, you cannot test all mesh every day, every batch, very difficult. We can keep 63 micron and test. उधर भी दिखाया है 95. See, if you see in 63 micron mesh, you will get around 10 to 15%. But different particle, different finishes, glossy, satin, matte, structure में थोड़ा अलग अलग होता है. जो your structure and texture में ज़्यादा होता है 15 to 20%, 18 to 25%. ऐसा residue will कम होता है, and that is the residue, and the rest of the material percentage will pass होता है in the system. This is an example of a powder coating company, factory. So you will have a spray type surface cleaning, and then powder coating both, then surface clay, then oven. So the entire system is here. Application of a gun and the wraparound technology you can see there. Generally, baking and curing, hybrid system will be baked at 180 degree for 12 minutes, and pure polyester will bake around 200 degree for 12 minutes or 13 minutes. Even in polyurethane also, it will be the same, baking and curing. Yeah, normally convection cure ovens are, we are all using, that is air circulated ovens. Those are called circulating convection oven. Apart from other than that also, you can use infrared ovens and laser curing type ovens also you can use, and which is cheaper actually, but the initial cost of laser curing is costly. This is a test method. Basically, powder coating panel, when you boil in a distilled water, 2 hours if you boil, it should not form any blister or the film should not peel off. If it is so, then the pre-treatment is the problem. So test method, salt spray, then humidity test and UV test, QUV equipment that is. So these are the things we have to go through. Defects. So lot of defects we can find in low glass. Low glass due to mixing of incompatible powders. Different company का powder होगा, different resin system का powder होगा. Sometime it will incompatible होता है. So you will not get a full gloss. Sharpness, you will lose the sharpness. That is why one of the reason is so different company का different grade का resin you should not mix. That is the one. High cure temperature. Temperature जो prescribe किया उसको ज़्यादा temperature में cure करेगा तो भी you will lose the gloss. Exhaust gas retention. So gas वो gas oven में या electric oven में when you heat gas will generate. That should, it has to go out. The exit should be proper. Otherwise, the patch, this low glass will be forming. क्यों ऐसा होता है? So chipping, powder partially cured chip होता है. Coating thickness too high also, it will chip. Then poor adhesion, एक panel दिखाया है इसमें. Then orange peel, initial heating period of coating object is low. क्या है powder coating में? Once you पहले empty oven को full temperature heat करने का है 180 degree, then open the oven and push the stand, the applied the hanger, those components are coated. You have to immediately push and down. So उसमें वो then in that time 20 degree तक temperature कम आता है, immediately pick up होता है. 0 से चालू करेगा तो then this problem will come. Orange peel will come because of it start from low temperature to high temperature. Film thickness is too low. Coating thickness less than 70 हो गए तो भी ये orange peel आ सकता है. Epoxy powders are properties deteriorated due to storage at high temperature. Poor adhesion, inadequate surface treatment. Generally, 90% of our complaints comes because poor adhesion because of the pre-treatment. Pre-treatment क्यों आता है? Because our coaters or our customer will not go for a proper pre-treatment. 7-tank process नहीं करता है. They will use 3-in-1 solution or something they will do. So to reduce the cost of the application and this one. So they will the oil contents or the residues inside after pre-treatment will be retaining there. So in those cases, this will happen, poor adhesion. Under cure powder, there also pure full temperature reach. Suppose thick component, if they put inside the oven and temperature will not reach, suppose 180 degree at 12 minutes, वो length में नहीं होता है, तो then also because the surface coating, if the coating thickness is high, the core temperature will absorb by the metal. So the surface, it will not retain that 180 degree temperature. It will reduce because it will absorb by the thick material. So in those cases, actually, you have to ensure and make a trial first and then do whether to increase the time. So you have to ensure that thick film coating. So one of the coating. It's a defects, panel defects. Off color. Vent gas retention, you will get off color patch. Baking time is long or too short, then also there improper surface cleaning is also causing these craters. Craters contamination with other powder, you will have improper surface cleaning, the craters will come. Contamination with incompatible material also there. Oil and moisture in compressor air, when you do application, that time also it will be there. Remedies also I will give, and if somebody wants, you can take afterwards, because there is a shortage of time, so I am going little faster. Poor corrosion resistance, improper surface cleaning and pre-treatment. Undercure powder, not using specified required powder. These are the reasons for this one resistance. Poor mechanical properties, undercure film again, poor surface preparation, film thickness is too high, then also it will, the mechanical property will fail. Change the object of mass, a very thick material, if you do proper curing nahi hota hai, then also you will have this problem. So degreasing, this some examples I have given. Cross-cut adhesion, then poor powder deposition. Powder deposition poor क्यों होता है? Powder delivery inadequate होता है because maybe earthing, poor earthing में, because the component has to be properly earthed. Then because when you spray the spray in the spray gun, we are using Corona type of gun. The particles are charged positively, and the air will push the particles on the surface of a component. When it sits on the surface of the component, when if there is a proper earthing, then only it will properly fit. Otherwise, गिरता है, नीचे गिरता है. So that is one of the reason for this. Improper spray pattern, voltage too high or too low, gun poor gun positioning, powder too fine or too coarse. Then poor powder charging. So poor earthing, one of the reason, and powder too fine, then also the charging will be less. Proper gun voltage is required, then powder chemistry not suitable. This is the Indian market, powder coating market. See, totally our CAGR 2021, it is 62,000 crores, and we have around 3,000 plus paint manufacturers in India, apart from big players and multinational companies. The total paint is distributed like this. 70% of our total volume wise, this is value wise, 70% is go to architectural field. In architectural, 64% is emulsion, that is water soluble paints, and 36% is solvent based paint. Industry paint is totally 30% out of 100. In that 26% is solvent based and 5% is powder. And if you again that 30% if you divide, then 14% is powder at presently, and 32% is general industry and high performance. Auto sector is 14, 24% is auto and auto OEMs. This is auto refinishing. Others, coil coating is 6%. See, the powder is growing, but this is the loser. High performance and industrial coating is reducing now. It is last, it was 8, I have seen from 8, 10 and 10, now it is 14. Maybe now by this time it is 16 also, and this we are going to lose liquid specialty. Health and environmental issue, all are know this, I don't want to explain this. PPE kits you have to use in the factories as per the factory rules and norms. Then toxic, because I told TGAC is a toxic material, so you have to dispose, how to dispose the waste. Those items I have explained here. Static charge will be there, because if you are not properly earthing any of the machinery, one or the other day you will have a shock or you will have a spark in the wherever you touch, because of the static current produced in the machine, or in our body also static current will charge. So you have to earthing properly to reduce all these accidents. Excess air cause, अपना लोग भी करता है ना, compressor air से साफ करता है कपड़ा गिपड़ा सभी, वो टाइम में pressure ज़्यादा more than 5 pressure high, तो then it will damage the skin. So we have to insist those things. Waste treatment, then जो waste हमने wash करता है, vessel wash करता है, वो उसमें TGA से तो fail होता है. If the pollution board people collect the sample of water washed from your vessels or the factory का जो भी component use करता है powder coating का, उसमें TGIC का even very minute level में वो पानी में निकल के जाएगा, तो if they collect and it will get failed as per the norms. Thank you. And thank you all. Any question? It's there. Otherwise, we will discuss afterwards.
Thank you so much, sir. But please do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. H.C. Sathyanarayan. And we would like to felicitate you. Can I please have on stage Mr. Ravi Raj Nair from Alanex? It was indeed a wonderful presentation, and we would want to felicitate you on behalf of Industrial Front Paintvision Powder Coating Conclave 2022. I'd request Mr. Ravi Raj Nair from Allnex to join me on the stage. Thank you so much, and please hear it up for Mr. H.C. Sathyanarayan.
Thank you. Very kind of you. I had an opportunity to